Welcome to Offset Podcast. Offset to Onset, the ultimate podcast and platform designed to educate, promote, and market the film industry for a brighter and more inclusive future.
What's up? Welcome to the first installment of From Offset to Onset. Now, this is an innovative podcast that is dedicated to elevate the South African film and theater industry, by bridging the gap between the aspiring talents to the industry professionals and, of course, creative professionals. Now, here we get the chance and opportunity to sit down with them and have the open discussion on how to reach that success. What are the tools, the knowledge and experience needed right from the horses' mouths themselves? And I'm so excited that doing this, I won't be alone. Obviously, I will be with my forever diehards. And of course, who I'm talking about is the actress Mtsaka Serame and of course, reality TV star Kanya Mtsaka. Guys, I'm so excited.
What an intro.
Well, look,
what an intro,
I tried to practice that intro, but it goes how it goes. But at the same time, I'm just so excited to be sharing this room with you guys and diving into something that all three of us are passionate about, which is the industry first and film, acting. Yeah. This is going to be exciting.
And reality TV.
TV.
But what I want to know is why that name? Why Offset to Onset? Because I was speaking to Kanya and I was like, I thought it was Onset to Offset.
And that's exactly what I thought, because we don't know who you are offset. We first know who you are on set before we dive into who you are offset. So it's quite a tricky one, but from offset to onset.
I like that. You know what? Kanya has just touched most of the explanation that I was going to come up with. When a person asks, why from offset to onset? I think we already kind of get the concept, but more than anything, I like the fact that it's a play on words, but the focus is always to get in that industry professional to come and sit down here and inspire that kid and give that kid the understanding that if they could do it from the background that they come from, with that kid who's inspired by them, it means that kid can do it too.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's why from offset to onset, right?
Yeah.
We're now getting to understand who the brand or the artist is from behind the characters that we see them play daily on our screens.
For sure. And I think that we don't have a platform that speaks enough about the things that happen offset.
Yes.
So I'm really excited to be part of a platform that just dives deep and digs into everything that happens, everything film and theater. So it should be interesting to see what we're going to get up to.
Kanya is on point, right?
Yeah.
Because she's mentioning film and people who are on set. And I love the fact that we have an actress who's going to be part of this podcast on a daily, and now we have her here. She's going to be sharing with us, her own experience, and that's going to be exciting.
And I was about to say, speaking of behind the scenes and offset, I wanted to touch base on my experience offset. And I think for me, being an actress, the biggest surprise is definitely people hating the person portraying the character.
Right.
That's been the biggest surprise. I'll literally post a picture at the beach. And someone will say, stop dating that married man on 7 Delan. I'm like, girl, I'm not writing my script.
You were at work.
You know what I mean?
I think you're gig.
It's very scary.
It is scary.
There is an actress that has had that experience. She literally went to the grocery store. Did she not get slapped by an older lady because of what the character she was playing?
I can imagine being hated for, having a character that's just like a serial killer, something provocative,
Right.
and then people are going to hate me
You can actually get hated for that.
for executing that role.
Yeah.
Guys, it is crazy. And like no one prepares you enough for the
I
hatred
was
that you get
never
when you're on this
prepared
platform.
for that.
Yeah.
It's
I was
so
never
crazy.
prepared for that.
I think that's pretty much exciting enough to get into characters, because one thing we also need to realize and appreciate about the medium, the acting, the medium of art, acting, is that it's so exciting that you can tap into a certain story, probably not an experience you've had personally in your life, but here you are getting into character. For you, Lisa, does that make you feel like you have sort of moved away from your actual life? I mean, of course you have, because you're
Yes,
playing a character.
definitely.
But do you sometimes forget and feel like whoa, guys, this is real. I'm living this character's life.
Yes, Speechy. And you definitely have to forget. You have to separate your personal from the character's emotions. You know what I mean? For example, if my personal self is depressed, but the character is happy, I have to put that aside and be happy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's why it's called acting. You know what I mean? So I think that's very, very challenging.
Can't imagine it.
Right?
Being easy. Like,
Sometimes people even struggle getting out of character.
right?
You know what I mean?
I can
Especially males.
imagine.
But we'll have male guests
I
that we
can
can ask
imagine.
that.
Yeah, that can
Yeah.
give us those
Yeah.
opportunities to ask those questions. We're talking about the spotlight, but it becomes different when we're moving from the spotlight of being on set of a film set to a reality show set, right? Everything changes. The chessboard becomes different, because here we are coming from presenting or acting out characters to actually being yourself, the star that you are. And we have her right here.
The villain.
the hashtag the villain.
Yeah. But
What was it
also,
like to be painted in that light, the villain?
To be honest with you, I feel like we're all villains in someone's story, right? We've all been villains before. And I mean, listen, I was the villain of my show. And if it wasn't me, then it was obviously going to be someone else.
Yeah.
What sucks is that people can't tell the parallel of who you are in real life and who they see on screen, right?
Yeah.
And no one, like I had mentioned earlier, no one prepares you for the type of hatred that you get online, like these social media bullies.
Oh.
I mean, I was
The
trending.
trolls, baby.
I was trending for the longest time for not not completely the nicest things.
Yeah.
But also the most messed up thing that I think I would have liked to know is that when you are on a platform like this, there's only a certain amount of how do I put this? Only so much
certain
makes
amount
it
of-
into TV,
oh, yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And
Oh.
I had bits where I would say something and the director would literally
Out
just
of
edit
context.
it and it would sound like I'm saying something completely different, but I had an entire explanation as to why I was saying certain things. So things like that can get very
Tricky.
So
Yeah, it can
things
get
can be
very-
posted like out of context.
out of context completely, because not everything you say makes it on TV.
Yeah.
Some things have been edited out, maybe for views. I mean, I get it, maybe for a bit of some drama, but sometimes it can really be detrimental, to your mental health as well.
I get
So
that.
yeah, these are things that you are not prepared for.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I want to ask Kanya, like, what's the worst comment you've gotten? Like the most negative comment.
Geez, there's so many.
The one that got to you, like that, the one
The
comment
one
you
that
never
got to
forgot.
me is when people thought that I had said that girls don't have to finish school because they can use their looks to get ahead in life.
Imagine.
And that is not what I had said at all. I had an entire explanation before I had said that, and that was just a snippet of what I was saying. And it made it seem like that's what I was saying, and that is not what I was saying.
And that's not cool.
So you can imagine
so
the
messed up.
horrible words that people would use.
That
That
is so
she probably sells her body, or she probably does this or that,
Which is
and
false.
it was difficult because my mom took me to really good schools and tried her best, to make me a better person. And just because I'm a college dropout, I mean, I'm not the only college dropout in South Africa, but just because I was very very open about that, it kind of didn't really work on my favor. But yeah, I think that was the worst thing.
Well, I know you've already kind of like cleared it out, what you were trying to say, but if you would give us a full sentence in terms of like what was going on there and what were you meant to say and how did they get to cut it to make it that short, to make you sound like you were trying to say something you were not trying to say.
So the conversation was, I was having a conversation with one of the cast members, Tank. You guys know Tank. And I was trying to get him to get back to school, right?
Yeah.
And I had said to him that in this life that we live in, right, we can't be ignorant about certain things. And we live in times where females get certain acting gigs as opposed to people who are actually qualified for the certain role just because of the way they look, just because they're influencers. So it's easier for females to get along to get
gigs.
Yeah, to get gigs and opportunities based on their looks without the education. And for men, it's not the easiest thing. So I had an explanation as to why I was saying this, but it was completely taken out of context.
Oh my
This
goodness.
is so wild because we have this opportunity. Here we are. We have two beautiful queens, two beautiful African queens, and they sort of telling something that is sort of similar in a way, right? In acting, you get hated for a certain character. And in reality TV, you get hated for, I don't know, can I call it a tornado twist of a character? It's sort of a character.
But Kanya, you said something so
Association.
interesting.
Yeah.
Sorry to cut you, Lovey. She said something so interesting. You spoke on the parallel between your actual self and what's on screen.
Yeah.
If it's a reality show, honey, is it not supposed to be you that we see on screen?
I mean, listen, what I'm saying is
Because you guys are not acting.
we're not acting, but remember, in order for anything that's on TV to get views, certain things are obviously orchestrated. Might not be orchestrated by us, but orchestrated by the production or the directors. And within the orchestration, obviously there comes editing where you chop out certain things that I'm saying, or you orchestrate certain drama, or you get another cast member to say this or ask this or do this. So yes, we're not acting, but it isn't entirely let me not say real life, because it is real life, but I can't say that it's not scripted, because if something is orchestrated, then that means it's scripted in some way, right? And I'm not gonna lie, yes, I can be a bit of a tough cookie,
That's right.
I can be a bit of a tough cookie. And I mean, with everything that I had done, that people probably thought that I'm this villain, it was based off a reaction, right? I don't just...
You're provoked.
Yeah, I was provoked. So it was a reaction to you pissing me off.
Yeah.
And if you piss me off, then I'm going to react.
Yeah.
That's right. And I guess that's where the selling point is. It's a reality star. Like, we love who you are. You are being yourself and we love you for that. And
we hate you for that.
even hate you for that. I like that. You are so real. This is what and more that I like about this platform, right? First installment, and here we are. Two beautiful queens, one king. And we're going to be dissecting exciting topics and chilling with the best in the industry and in their respective fields, but all things film and theater. So more than anything, right, we like to emphasize the fact that when we bring these industry professionals, we're getting educated by their experiences and by their own education, right? And so with that said, we will always be, giving out on our news flash section, giving out information that can be valuable and assisting in assistance to whoever is aspiring to get into this industry. So I'm going to get right into this post, right? We have one of these adverts that we can fortunately talk about, Apageku, from offset to onset. This is particularly NFVF production and development funding call. It's now open, right? We heard about this one, guys, where there are industry professionals, there are people who are probably not even professionals, startouts, emerging artists who have had their personal short films shot in wherever the locations are. Now is the time to apply for funding. I mean, who knows? Your movie, your project can get an opportunity to be seen now on a bigger scale.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So the details will be coming on your screens, obviously. It's called the NFVF Production and Development Funding Call. They'll be coming on your screen shortly.
All right. And secondly, we have an opportunity from Sunshine Cinema. Applications for the 2025 Spark Impact Program are officially open.
Yeah.
Are you passionate about using film for social change, digital storytelling, and community empowerment? This is your chance to join a program that equips youth with the tools and skills to drive impact in their communities. Now, who can apply? Sunshine Cinema invites 20 young people from across South Africa, aged 21 to 34 years, to join this transformative journey. The program will run from May 2025, February to 2026 February. My bad, guys.
Exciting.
Now, the training, what is in it for you? Training to become a skilled impact facilitator, hands-on experience in using solar-powered mobile cinema, media and storytelling workshops or webinars, network with like-minded change makers, use digital kit to join the gig work economy for your earning potential. The deadline is on the 21st of February 2025.
Okay, you know what? We're continuing on plugging people with information because I feel like an online space like this, we said it is innovative, it is resourceful. We'll be plugging you with more information even further.
And educational, honey.
Exactly.
Okay, so I have something from the Constitutional Hill. Apply now to attend the 2025 Human Rights Film Festival Workshop, inviting NGOs, filmmakers, and activists who are passionate about using storytelling as a tool for social change. Space is limited for this 2-day workshop on the 21st and the 22nd of March, 2025. So yeah, guys, this is actually quite interesting. You can be using this as a tool for social change.
Yeah. Well, of course, we're still having interesting conversations around being offset to onset. And right here, like I said, my day one, Mtsaka Serame, is also an actress, and it would be exciting to find out from her what her experience has been being in this very industry that we're talking about today.
Sure. Oh my goodness. I'd say my journey has been one that is full of a lot of rejection. I don't think any of you guys have gone through such rejection.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'd literally get a role when I was starting off. I'd get a role. I'd get there. There was a time when I got a role.
Yeah.
Right? And an influencer also got the same role. And I remember being on set and the director called out this certain role and me and the influencer both stepped forward. And it was so awkward. And he was like, "Oh, Lisa, sorry, I forgot to tell you."
What?
Did I not cry?
Are you kidding me?
I was crying.
Oh my God.
Luckily, my mom was actually on set with me. I was like, "Let's go home. I want to go home now."
I'm so sorry you had to go through that.
Yeah.
So it's also crazy, and this is something that I also want us to touch on, how the numbers on social media matter when it comes to the acting industry right now, because those things shouldn't matter.
Yeah.
Those things shouldn't matter.
shouldn't.
You know what I mean? So that's how I started off. A lot
That's
of rejection.
wild.
You know what I mean? And because of my acting journey and the rejection I've faced, it has sort of spilled over to other aspects of my life.
To your personal life.
Yes, not that I get rejected. Not that I get rejected, but
Like
I'm very
you-
immune.
Yeah, like you're immune, like you're
perspective
stronger.
of-
Yes, I'm very
Your
immune
skin.
to
I feel you.
rejection.
It's thicker.
Yes, I'm very immune to rejection. You know, friendships, relationships. I don't get scared. I put my heart out there.
Yeah.
You know,
Which
so
is
I
good.
think
That means you're not a cynical person.
Yeah.
And you shouldn't be.
yeah,
Yeah.
you
I like
know?
that. Yeah.
So it's helped me a lot in terms of just mental strength.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Then my biggest break was obviously Gqeberha the Empire, which happened 2023 and 2024.
Jonga, and you represented there.
You think
I just
so?
want to say, as a
That's
person who was watching and not knowing you like on a personal level at that point, you were representing that character. How did that feel?
It felt amazing, you know, but it also came with a lot of hate. You know, hate that I was ready for, honey, bring it on.
At least you were ready for it.
Oh no. You know what I mean? So that was really nice. And I think I'll forever be grateful for that opportunity because it definitely opened me up to the industry.
Yeah.
I can say I'm an actress. actress.
Yeah.
You know
With
what I
your
mean?
full chest.
Yes.
Yeah. Love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
But I mean, girl, Diabela, because you've been that actress before that. You've been doing Rhythm City. You've been also been doing
Miss Education on Netflix.
right.
Yeah.
Tell me about it. A couple of other projects that people don't know of. Remember, I love it when people think that when they see our faces. I mean, look at this face. She's a pretty doll, and you will think that that's what got her on TV. But guess what? It's not a success. Like an overnight success doesn't really happen like that. There are times where we don't know that you guys have been part of certain projects that we don't know of years ago. But that was a build-up of what is today of you, because all of that work that we don't know of built you.
Yeah, definitely. I
So there's
agree
no
with you.
overnight success.
There
Yeah.
isn't.
No.
There isn't.
Absolutely not. You could never.
Yeah. Huh? It gets exciting.
It's crazy because on the reality show that I'm on, Born into Fame, that's exactly what I was talking about. That some females get certain roles because they're influencers, because they're the hot topic, as opposed to people who are actually, qualified to be or get this role. But then also there's people like Lisa who have actually worked hard to be on this platform, And a lot of people just look at me and they probably think, I'm on reality show. I'm on this reality show because I'm trying to get clout.
Yeah.
If only they knew I didn't even want to be on this reality show, right? And I agreed to come onto the reality show because, I was getting paid, but also, the reason. I agreed to be on this reality show because obviously I'm getting paid, but also I'm not a new person in this industry. I've been working in the industry behind the scenes since I was 18.
Wow.
I was a celebrity stylist. I styled music videos, photo shoots, adverts. I did wardrobe changes.
Wow.
So I was really okay with being the person that is behind the scenes. I'm always happy to be the reason why you look good or certain production, film looks good, right? And I was lucky enough to be in the industry since I was 18 to know that this is not only where I want to be. Now I want to get into corporate. That's how I started getting into, that's how I'm the CEO of a printing and branding company now, because I know how much struggles there are within this industry. Like, things might be good for you for maybe the first 6 months of the year, but you don't know if things will still be good for you in the next.
I'm unemployed right now.
Yeah,
I'm not on any show.
Being exposed in the industry at an early age and knowing these things, I think is pretty good, because maybe I wouldn't have gotten into corporate.
Yeah.
So yes, I might have said that I'm a college dropout, but I'm still the COO of
Printing
and branding company.
Yeah.
No, we have to be proud of those moments. I did mention in the beginning that I am surrounded by boss chicks. And of course, we are so inspired by that, because it's all about, taking Africans to the next level. And with that said,
we have come to the end of our show, and that is it from us, offset to onset. Okay, do like, comment, subscribe, and push the notification bell so you can get notified whenever we post. And that is it from us. Social media handles?
That's right, your boy, Speechthedreamer.
Is that your social? That's your Instagram?
Everywhere.
Oh, wow.
Speechthedreamer.
Simple.
Love it.
Everywhere.
Oh, wow.
Everywhere, literally.
Okay.
Yeah.
And mine is Lisa Serame _
And mine is the Kanya M. The Kanya M. So yeah, that's TheeKanim.
Oh,
Yeah.
spell it out, girl, will you?
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Expect this and more from us, from offset to onset. Until next time.